A woman was forced by her husband to wear an iron headpiece, which was then locked into place. She didn't dare resist the entire time. If she disobeyed, she would face brutal punishment from him. The day before, her husband, Jack, had been caught secretly watching their daughter change clothes. His wife discovered him and quickly stopped him, reminding him that this was his own daughter. Jack, instead of feeling remorseful, took out a whip and mercilessly began to lash his wife. This cruel scene was witnessed by their daughter, Annie. Annie, filled with fear, couldn't understand why her father treated her mother this way. The next day, Annie and her mother went to church for a baptism. Looking at her mother, who was wearing a gag in church, instead of comforting her, Annie mocked her. The woman, listening to her daughter's words while watching her beast-like husband on the stage, felt no attachment to life anymore. She stood up and left. Meanwhile, Jack was still on stage giving a speech. At that moment, the woman ended her own life in the center of the church. This might have been her final act of defiance. Annie witnessed everything. She saw how her father was completely indifferent to her mother's death, even blaming it on divine will. Annie, trying to hold back her sorrow, stared at this man who was less than an animal in her eyes. Back home, without her mother's restraint, Jack was even more brazen. The next day, he took Annie to church, intending to marry her in front of God. When Annie realized what was happening, she desperately tried to escape her father's grasp, but he held her tight and forced the same gag her mother had worn onto her. He believed that this would allow him to proceed with the wedding. Just at that critical moment, a knight suddenly appeared and rescued the helpless Annie.